In the dead of night, a room is plunged into silence. Then, a single point of light cuts through the darkness. A phone screen coming to life. A notification appears. One missed call. The room is empty. A bed neatly made. On a nightstand, the phone vibrates again, the sound unnaturally loud in the quiet. Outside, the house sits on a quiet suburban street. All the windows are dark. Miles away, a car is parked on the shoulder of a deserted road. The engine is off. The interior is empty. Under the sickly yellow flicker of a lone streetlight, an old payphone waits. On a desk in a sterile room, a police audio recorder sits. Ready? Some calls are the last thing anyone ever hears. The voicemail icon on the screen is highlighted, a small red dot indicating a new message. A woman sits alone in her dimly lit apartment, her face illuminated by the phone's glow. She presses play for the 10th time. The living room around her is sparse, almost sterile. Boxes are stacked against a wall, but it's unclear if she's moving in or moving out. The front door is slightly ajar, letting in a sliver of the dark hallway beyond. In a different room, days later, an officer scrolls through call logs on a laptop. The data is cold, impersonal. The timestamp is magnified. 2:17 a.m. A call lasting only 43 seconds. The recorded voice is calm, almost conversational, before it stops. Not with a hang-up click, but with an abrupt cut. Then there is only silence. No static. No background noise. Just nothing. Neighbors interviewed on their porch remember seeing her car leave late that night. They assumed it was a work trip. Her bedroom remains untouched. The bed is still made. A suitcase sits by the door, fully packed, ready for a journey she would never complete. The phone, now silent, is carefully placed into a sterile evidence bag. A modern-day message in a bottle, with no sender to be found. The caller vanished hours later. On the screen, a digital timer ticks upward. An emergency call in progress. A man's voice, a strained whisper. His face is never shown, only the back of his head as he peers down a dark hallway. The footage is from a home security camera, but the audio is disabled. The tension is all in his posture, the way he holds the phone. The call disconnects mid-sentence, was saying he thought someone was. And then the line went dead. Police arrive at the location, a 2-story home in a quiet subdivision. The blue and red lights flash silently against the windows. The front door is locked. They force it open. The house is empty. The television is on, muted. Lights are on in every room. Find the phone on the polished hardwood floor of the entryway, screen cracked. An officer highlights a line on the digital call transcript. The last words are cut off, an unfinished thought hanging in the digital ether. No suspect was ever identified. An isolated payphone stands at the edge of a desolate parking lot. The sun has long set. The black receiver hangs from its steel cord, swaying gently in the night wind. On a computer screen, the audio from the call is visualized. Steady, calm waveform. The caller's voice is measured without panic. Provides a name, an address. He says he needs to be picked up. The wind whistles through the empty street, kicking up dust and old receipts. It's the only sound for miles. An analyst attempts to trace the call. But a payphone offers a unique kind of anonymity. The trace confirms the location, nothing more. And then the line goes dead. No goodbye, no click. Police search the surrounding area. An abandoned gas station, a shuttered diner. Nothing. They find a single set of footprints near the curb, leading away from the payphone and then disappearing on the asphalt. The area has no CCTV coverage. The only witness was the flickering streetlight above. Days later, the payphone is removed by the city, a relic of a bygone era, now a piece of a puzzle with no solution. The caller was never located. A phone rings, piercing the late-night silence of a bedroom. It's a wrong number. A person on the other end is asking for help, their words slurred and disjointed. A hand reaches out and switches on a bedside lamp, casting long shadows across the room. The call ends suddenly. The line just goes quiet. The recipient tries to redial the number, goes straight to a generic automated message. The number is not in service. A recording of the call is played back in a police briefing room. The officers listen intently, their faces grim. The recipient had managed to write down a partial address, pieced together from the caller's rambling words. 2 officers arrive at the house. It's at the end of a dirt road, half swallowed by overgrown trees. The property is clearly abandoned. Windows are boarded up. Paint is peeling from the siding like sunburnt skin. Inside, every surface is coated in a thick layer of dust. The air is stale and heavy. No phone is ever found. Not a landline, not a cell phone, nothing. The identity of the caller was never confirmed. A low battery warning flashes on the screen. 2%. The caller's voice is quiet, almost a whisper. He's describing what he sees, but the words are vague. Trees, a hill, darkness. A faint sound of movement can be heard in the background, leaves crunching, or maybe fabric rustling. The location is completely unclear. The audio is too distorted by wind. The call duration freezes on the screen. 14 minutes and 28 seconds. Then, the signal drops. The connection is lost. A map appears on a monitor, showing the last known GPS ping. A single red dot in a vast, empty expanse of green. Grainy footage shows a search operation. Officers and volunteers moving in a line through a dense forest. The landscape is empty, indifferent. The phone is recovered weeks later, half buried in mud. Its battery is dead. Forensic analysis yields no further data. The memory's corrupted. The case remains open. An evidence table is covered with phones of all shapes and sizes, each sealed in a plastic bag. On a monitor, call logs scroll endlessly, a cascade of numbers, dates, and times. An interrogation room sits empty. 2 chairs, a metal table, a mirror reflecting nothing. The audio recorder on the desk is switched off. Outside, a quiet suburban street is bathed in the cool glow of twilight. Somewhere a phone begins to ring. Ring. The screen fades to black. No bodies. No answers. Recordings remain. Location, United States. Follow the Phantom Ledger.